Hi Matai, following our earlier conversation, I'm going to do a detailed walk around video. I will point out everything that I'm aware of on the car, or anything I'm aware of, I should say, on the car, and talk you through it, and hopefully you'll like what you see and we can proceed accordingly. As I walk up to the car now, you've got obviously the offside front bumper. Being totally honest with you, there's a couple of tiny little marks here which of course could be touched in with the right paint. If I've got it, I can do it. If I haven't, I'll be honest, I won't, because I wouldn't put something else on there, of course. But other than that, that corner is all clear and clean accordingly, as is the offside front wings. There's nothing for me to focus in on there. And the offside front alloy is, as you see, the one that isn't scuffed. If I come round, I'll give you an idea of tyre tread depth, but of course, as you know, the car will come with a fresh MOT accordingly. Just coming along, you've got the darkened indicator repeaters there, and obviously the black mirror casing, which is all in good order. Driver's door, again, nothing for me to sort of focus on in any way, shape or form regarding paint or anything else. Leading edge of door, again, also sort of chip free, so all good so far. Inner door panel or inner door card is again all good, so it's not scratched or marked up at all. Into the car, you've got obviously driver's seat, which is all in pretty much the order you would expect it to be for a car that's done 74,900 miles. Most importantly, of course, things like the seat bolster are intact, no scuffs or marks in those at all. We'll just enter the car now and turn it on for you, so you'll see that the warning lights will all remove. So all we're left with, of course, is I've got the door open, the handbrake on, and of course not wearing a seatbelt, so those lights are illuminated. You'll see the car's currently covered 74,921 miles and ticking over just exactly as it should. On the basis that I've got the air conditioner running at the moment in the hopes that it gets nice and cool. Obviously, the cooling lead fan is good, is all in working order, and radio, although basic, is in working order. So all good there. Coming down, obviously, as you know, it's a manual 5-speed transmission, and you've got things like your heated rear screen and door locking buttons just there, and the reset should you have a need to change tyre pressures in any way, shape or form. There is no cigarette lighter, but of course there is a 12-volt socket there, so that you can put an adapter in for USB or anything else that you might want to use in the car itself. So again, all good. It's just ease myself out and walk you around the rest of the car. So offside rear door, nothing for me to focus on or close in on at all. As you know, you've got the darkened rear glass, or privacy glass as it's better known. Seat all in good order. All right, so as it should be, headrest obviously there, and then the far side, of course, as you would expect, the two headrests accordingly. Coming round, so you've got offside rear quarter, nothing for me to focus on. Offside rear wheel, I appreciate, and I think you've seen this in the pictures online, that there are one or two little marks around this particular alloy, but nothing too bad, and could be touched in with some matte black paint. And tyre tread depth you've got just there. Coming round, there is ultimately critical. There is a tiny little touch-in mark there, but nothing else really to report on that bumper, other than it looks as though somebody may have caught something as they're putting it into the car at some point. In the car, the previous owner has decided to add his own Pioneer speakers in addition to the standard stereo system that you've got in the car. There is a set of carpet mats. It looks as though there's 4 of them, however, the driver's one, I must admit, has got a small hole in it, but I'm sure it would, the rest would do a job in all fairness. And then underneath here, we've got obviously a tyre compressor and gunk as it should come with. There is room for a spare, but of course they don't necessarily come with a spare as standard, but there is room should you wish to add one, but you would then need to obviously buy a jack and tools, etc. to go with. Nothing on the boot lid for me to focus on at all. Coming round again, near side rear bumper is all good, and tyre tread as you've got just there, again as you know, it will come with an MOT. Nothing to report on this panel at all. And then near side rear wheel, again I'm aware you know that there are some marks on the leading edges, pretty much at least half of that wheel. Coming round, inside again, door card all good, unmarked, and seat is in good order. And as you've already seen, you've got the second headrest there. Again, ultra critical. You may not even pick up on this on the actual video itself. There's a couple of very, very, very minor parking dents on this line here. One there, one there. I'm not even sure I can get an angle where you will see them. Oh, maybe just about there. You'll see them. And then passenger door. I've got one more. Again, you know, you've got to really look for these, but they are here. So there's one just there, which I think you may just about make out as I move the camera there. So inside, this door card all good. Passenger seat, however, has had what looks like a previous sort of repair. All right, so it does detract a little bit from it, but of course it is all in one piece, but there is a previous repair just there. But seat bolster and the back of the seat, obviously all in the order you would expect it to be. Coming along, so again, you've got the black mirror casing, which is unmarked. Mirrors, everything, we will make sure that everything works, obviously, prior to the car leaving. So things like electric windows, mirrors, etc. will obviously all be checked prior to the car leaving us here. Again, you've got the darkened indicator repeater, and there's nothing really for me to focus on that particular wing at all. So all good. So near side front alloy is probably the worst. It looks as though someone's driven into the curb more than they've just driven into a space. But again, as discussed earlier, they can be refurbished, but they're about £55 a wheel, or you could get some matte black touch in and do the job accordingly. Tyre tread depth you've got just there, obviously for the near side front wheel. Nothing really for me to report on, as I say, on this corner. There is, however, I've noticed a couple of birdline marks, which, to be honest, they look like they've eaten the top of the lacquer, to be totally honest. I don't think that one's quite as bad, but you will see them, all right? They are there. They're not as evident when you're outside, and I focused on them, obviously, accordingly, because I said I would. But other than that, all good. I believe I've found everything that you would see, you know, if you were walking around the car yourself. If there's anything I've missed in advance, I do apologise, but I don't believe there is. And I hope you like what you see, in order that we can proceed, obviously, and do the deposit accordingly. Give us a call once you've had a look at the video, 0208 764 4040, and it's Rob. Thank you.